Hello there guys, how are you all doing today? We are going to be jumping into the action as we kick things off today with Eternal Fire Academy versus Hotu Esports. It is going to be an absolutely amazing matchup. Obviously both of these teams quite strong so far in this season. You've got to imagine though, you have to give that slight edge to Hotu. They've looked really good so far, currently 4-1. Eternal Fire Academy, they're still going on. They are 1-4, but you've got to imagine maybe it could just come down to a shaky start to the season, because you look at Eternal Fire Academy's results, their most recent losses have all been close games. They're 16-14, 16-11, 16-12. It goes to show that, don't get me wrong, they aren't winning as many games as potentially they need to, but at the same time, they're still doing, you know, a good enough job in those games. It's not as though they're completely out of it. But Hotu, they're going to be starting on this CT side, and they kick things off very nicely as Mazukza does find Jota early on, so man advantage instantly, but M-Star battles back, takes down Mazukza. Case towards Long Toilet, trying to fight the player towards Con. A bit of an A-stack here from Hotu, and it's Gokushima now to weather the storm. 2-on-2. We do have a kit on Swift Steel as well. Flashbang in his pockets too. But nice shot from Cyber. Hotu might struggle here, as it is just Swift Steel now. 1 versus 2. It's all going to be about timing, but look at Eternal Fire Academy. They've just got themselves poised around top. Con waiting for a mistake, waiting for Swift Steel to emerge, but still just staying tucked here towards short. Obviously, Eternal Fire Academy, they've not had any contact yet. I think they might be going into long. So definitely a good call to make. The rotation is going to be slow from Swift Steel. So not the best of rounds, but either way, can still win this one, especially with the fact that he does have a kit. But now, as the round edges ever closer, Swift Steel still fairly far out of the action. Cyber and Trojan going to be clearing out the bomb site, playing things very cautiously. With 18 seconds remaining, that smoke drop will indicate to Swift Steel the bomb is planted towards A. Is going to hurry his way up Con. As I mentioned before, we do have a kit in play. Problem is though, Eternal Fire Academy, they're playing together like a pack, as a unit. And it's not going to be an easy clutch here for Swift Steel. Does have that flashbang, needs to use it perfectly, but the setup Eternal Fire Academy are running surely too strong. I think the best case for Swift Steel, just opt for a full stick of the bomb. There's not really much else to do. And there, the stick comes through. Do they think it's a fake? Oh, very close to going Swift Steel's way, but no, Eternal Fire Academy, they do still win the pistol. They kick things off on the T side very nicely. Obviously, Overpass being a CT-sided map, you've got to imagine that getting some early rounds on that T side, very valuable in the long stretch of their half. See some nades invested from some of the Hotu players. Wonder where those 2 HEs are going to be sent towards. Potentially going to be sending them short, or maybe just holding them in backwater for a monster aggression. It's just going to be this fast pop towards the long here from Eternal Fire Academy. I love how they're playing this round. They're ready for this B stack, and that's certainly where Hotu reside. And a perfect call here from Eternal Fire Academy. They have slowed things down though. If Hotu takes some control, we could see them re-gamble up towards A. It is all going to be about that timing though. Like statues though, they do stand still towards B, awaiting a mistake. Ruler, here's the smoke being thrown, so some indication of where Eternal Fire Academy are going to be leaning now. But still, both teams very confident in their decisions. We see Eternal Fire Academy slowly creeping their way up long, and Hotu still standing in towards the B-bomb site. There, those nades I was talking about. They could go back up to A though, and send the nades towards default, and it could take them down, and now a lot of util being sent over towards A. It's going to be this full rotation now, but Hotu, they need to try and take some control towards the B-bomb site. They could have got this information far earlier in the round, but the bomb can go down, and the nades are getting set up. Oh, but it's perfect. Plants reverse, and now with the nades coming through, landing on the default site, doesn't really matter. And Wicadia in a great position here. The flashbang will come over, but Wicadia, simple stuff here. The spray's not perfect, so it does get dropped down to 9 HP, but it's a 5-on-3, and Wicadia can just back away. Still staying towards truck here, though. Hotu going to be looking for exits. The round definitely out of the realms of possibility, but M-Star getting aggressive. We'll get 2, and it's all on Ruler, but does go down. No casualties there for Eternal Fire Academy. So they're going to be having a strong buy in the next, a bit of a bonus. And seeing as they've got 3 AKs and 2 Galils, it's going to be a strong buy as well. Certainly not a perfect one for Hotu, but we do see that AWP on Gokushima. Definitely one of the more integral members of this Hotu side. And with the big green in hand so early on, could catch out Eternal Fire Academy. Obviously doesn't have the perfect mid spawn, but Gokushima, a player that really does have high standards in regard to confidence, might just go for the mid peak anyway. Smoke has come through. Gokushima holding the lines. We do have Mizuxa aggressing up long. We're going to be seeing our first real gunfight here. And Trojan does take him down. Drop down to 19 HP. When facing off against the AWP of Gokushima, it doesn't really matter how low you are. Nice opener here for Eternal Fire Academy, though, and they need to capitalize off it. They need to win this round. String some more together. Start to dominate. Obviously, Hotu definitely are the favourites in this one, seeing as they have kicked things off with a 4-on-1 record. Eternal Fire Academy a little bit of the flip, as they are 1-4. Obviously, Hotu need to guarantee a spot in playoffs. We believe one win should do that. Whereas for Eternal Fire Academy, it is all about making sure they can just stay in the Challenger Division. Yes, you haven't had the greatest of seasons this time, but Season 8 will just be round the corner. And they could, you know, have a very strong season there. Sometimes it will just take a couple months to get yourselves into the position that you want to be in this top tier division. And there we have it. Swift Steel gets taken down by Cyber. And oh, even on 9 HP, Cyber finds another. We're going to be seeing the smokes land now towards A. Gokushima still in towards toilets. No smoke to deny the cross. And I like this aggression from Case, but it doesn't pan out at all. Trojan needs to be aware of the player front toilets. But oh, Gokushima goes down. The AWP can be saved. And Eternal Fire Academy, they are looking brilliant here on the T side. And what a change of pace for them in this matchup. Just going to be a half buy here for Hotu. Gokushima with a little bit more money than the rest. Definitely going to want to be saving for that AWP. Didn't have much impact in the last with it. Obviously with the player going down so early towards long, and then also Case falling on the bomb site there. Even though it was a 2v5, it's still fairly winnable. You still can do some damage. But the fact that both the teammates around Gokushima go down so early kind of forces him to play a little bit passively on that AWP. And Gokushima, such a mobile, aggressive AWPer. And when you don't really have the ability to do that based on your teammates falling so early, puts him in a really tough spot. Once again, though, Hotu's on a half buy. Eternal Fire have gone towards A, and Hotu are on this B stack. The in-game leader for Eternal Fire really outcooling his opponent here. They take control towards short early, and this will allow these rotations to come through. And we could have 4 players on the bomb site before we even see the execute come through. They do spot the player jumping towards SWAT. So that is information gathered. Now the flashbangs will come through. Aggression towards Banana. The players towards the back of the bomb site need to be ready for this. Mizuxa trying to fire a shot through the slight gap. But goes for the swing, and that's a perfect kill. Takes out Wakadia. The flashbangs are going to be coming through. Yota will find one. And as Cyber emerges, just find one on the back of the bomb site as well. Mizuxa will take down M-Star. 2 on 3 now. Trojan being tagged down fairly heavily as well. But they do weather the storm. They do take them down. They survive that round with 3. So they're going to be making money still, but not that bad damage from Hotu. Finding 2 kills in that situation, they'll be happy with it. But when they gambled so many players towards the bomb site, you kind of expect a little more. As I mentioned, full buyout for Hotu. We do have Gokushima on the AWP, and we need to see Hotu win this round. We surely can't see Eternal Fire find more on the T side with no response from Hotu, because this game might be over before it's even started. Trojan getting so aggressive with the AWP. Okay, I love this playstyle. Posted up here, and there we have it. Fires off that all-important AWP shot, takes down Case, and this is surely just going to force them out towards B. Now M-Star going to try and enter the bomb site, spots the player front pillar, and now they just have to deal with Swift Steel. He's got a smoke, has just deployed it. Nice swing there. Backs away through the Molotov, but M-Star going to go creeping through, pushes through the molly himself, does find the kill. And now, a 4 versus 2. Eternal Fire Academy are looking so good there. And I really like how they're playing. They know Gokushima's a threat. They know how well this individual can wield the AWP. So if they know Gokushima's got the AWP in hand, let's just go towards B. Let's just send it out on the bomb site where Gokushima isn't. And it's a great way for them to just take it. Obviously, that was an amazing opener from Trojan. Nice little off angle there from Mizuxa. But that was a really nice opener from Trojan. And once they realized that the AWP was towards B, we needed to see some rotations from Hotu a little earlier. Usually, if you're seeing a bit of a default from Eternal Fire or from the T's, you're going to be seeing the AWP more likely going towards connector or middle. But the fact we saw Trojan so deep towards short, surely that should have indicated to Hotu, okay, they're all here. We need to get prepped for this B pop because it's coming through imminently. Pause has been called, and rightly so. Things certainly need to change. Obviously, Mizuxa and Gokushima both can drop. Swiftsteel can invest as well. It's not going to be a perfect buy, but I think Hotu might cling to it, especially with Gokushima on that AWP. You could see a half buy, but I don't know whether it would be worthwhile. They do have that full loss bonus, so they can invest quite a lot and still have money in the reserve for the next, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing in this one. 3 pistols accompanied by the 2 save weapons. Money looking good for Eternal Fire Academy. And Hotu, although not on a perfect buy, they do need to win this one. The AWP of Gokushima positioned towards B in this round. Just leaving Swiftsteel to solo towards A. Eternal Fire Academy running this default. Oh, they could get caught off here. That's the M4 taken down. Nice trade there from Cyber. I think we might just see them go towards B here. They find those 2 openers, but this could be a bit of a problem for them. The AWP of Gokushima is towards B now. Oh, but Trojan picks up the bomb and still leans towards A. Quite a heavy default here from Eternal Fire Academy. A lot of players are rather split. And as we see Gokushima progressing, they'll take this short control and potentially the rotation up towards A will come through. But it might be a bit of a kind of double-edged sword for them. They've cleared out all these angles towards short. It's currently being held, and Gokushima goes down. Surely that needs to be the go call now. Got a player in con. Ruler. Ooh. This is going to be an interesting one, but Wakadia opens the door. Takes down Ruler. Can't find the second, though. Swiftsteel's still alive. Does have a nade as well. And Yotta fairly low. The nade does some damage, but not enough. And we're just going to be seeing Swiftsteel trying to save. So Eternal Fire Academy, they find 6 rounds here. That is absolutely ridiculous. They have dominated massively on this T side. Oh, okay. You've just gifted 2 weapons. You've given the AWP away. And Swiftsteel's aware of this push from Cyber. Eternal Fire Academy, yes, you've got money, but not really worth giving so much away. They know that it's going to be a full buy in the next from Hotu. They half bought. They knew there was Eagles. Oh, Swiftsteel. That is a waste of an AWP. Gokushima certainly going to be angry after that altercation. Once again, another round that Gokushima is slightly limited. It's utility and a kit in this one. But this is the side that we needed to see from Eternal Fire Academy earlier on this season. Coming through with a vengeance. Really just dominating. On the unfavored side here as well. And we're going to see a double swing. And Gokushima just falls to the molly there, in fact. Nice shot from Trojan as well. So 2-man advantage for Eternal Fire Academy. And Hotu, they weren't expecting this level of firepower coming through from Eternal Fire. Especially as they haven't had so strong of a season. But this is brilliant play here. And this is the type of game that really can spur on these individuals to close out this season with these last couple wins. And it's not to say they can't make it. We usually do see maybe 1 or 2 teams get themselves into playoffs with a 4-4 record. So if Eternal Fire Academy can win these next 3 games very dominantly, they could still find a place in playoffs. Yes, the seeding wouldn't be great whatsoever. They'd definitely be, you know, 16th, 15th, playing against the top teams, but still, a spot in playoffs is definitely what you're going to be looking for. It's an A gamble here from Hotu, but it is just going to be this B play. So it's the type of situation you take a gamble towards A. If it doesn't pay out, you just save. And I like those calls, because if they go towards A, you've got 3 defenders there. A 5-on-3, yes, it's not going to be easy, but you find a couple kills early on, you bring it back level, and then you can still fight against it. But if you were to have a split defense, you know you're at least going to be losing some weapons, so not really much point deciding to weaken your defenses. Just keep everyone together, and if you know you gamble correctly, then you've got a chance to win it. And if they go towards the other bomb site, you can just save safely. So really, you know, kind of both situations work out well. It's the type of playstyle that I really agree with. I think it can work out very nicely. What to do now, though, for Hotu? There's certainly many mistakes that they've made. Oh, okay. Nice kill from Swift Steel. We saw Case find a frag as well. So, keeping these weapons in the next, they can, in fact, buy. Gokushima can get dropped. Mizuxa can invest. And we can see a full buy in play. But we see 7 rounds in a row for the T's. And that's a situation you really kind of rarely see. Such a rare one. 7 rounds, they're dominating on this T side. Hotu, they need to make a change, and I think they need to go back to aggressive. It's the type of playstyle that really does favour a player like Gokushima. All of these Hotu individuals, it seems as though they're so clinical regarding their mechanical abilities. So just play that aggressive playstyle, catch your opponents off guard, and then you really can make things work. Obviously, we saw a bit of an aggressive play from Gokushima in the last, and potentially did catch him out as he fell in the molly, but we need to see some more of that classic Hotu playstyle, because Eternal Fire Academy are really making them look silly here. But a tough situation to be in, especially when coming into a best of one as the favourites, and not as though it's a slight favouring, it's a clear favourite. You know, they have a flip of records. Hotu should be dominating this game, you know, 9 times out of 10, but it's clear that Eternal Fire Academy, after their early losses this season, they've clearly worked upon those mistakes. They've ironed out all the wrongdoings that they've kind of shown in the last couple, and they're looking so good here on Overpass. Nice double nade there. Gokushima feeling the force of the shrapnel. We'll just back away now. Lots of towards Con. Oh, Trojan's got that information. They know there's a player in Con, and I doubt Mizuxa's going to have an easy job of getting out of here. The swing does come through, and he does get tagged. Gokushima in a nice position. Will find one. Going to drop the smoke. Wicadia does find Mizuxa, though, and now the spam comes through. M-Star. Oh, this molly could be perfect. Gokushima just on the edge of it. So many individuals around him. As this smoke fades, things become even harder. Gokushima just going to try and back away now. All about timing. Ruler's in a good position as well. This is a lovely setup here towards toilets. The one problem is if we see Eternal Fire go towards long. But nice find from M-Star. Catches Gokushima out. Ruler still close towards toilets. And we do have this A gamble from Hotu. Something I mentioned before. In one of their previous rounds, they opt for a gamble, and it can pay out massively. And it seems as though Eternal Fire Academy is still going to be leaning towards A. This could be perfect. Nice kill there from Ruler. The swing comes through. M-Star's in a good position as well. Oh, and Ruler gives his life away, but M-Star with util in hand. That's the bomb drop. They got 15 seconds to work with now. Yes, it's a 2v2, but look at the positioning of Yota. It's just Trojan completely alone here. Orb in hand. There's no chance for him to win this one. Gets caught out, and Yota just going to have to save. And Hotu, they find their first round, and it came off the back of a risky gamble. Oh, and that's not nice feeling for Jota. Yes, does have money, but even less than potentially could have done. Died before, or died after time. Unnecessarily swinging there. Obviously tried to take some weapons away from Hotu, but maybe think about the weapon of your own. And look what that's done to the money of Eternal Fire Academy. Certainly not perfect. Jota, nothing in the reserve. M-Star, Cyber, and Trojan can invest. Wicadia as well, but it's not perfect. Nice aggression from Mizuxa. We see Swift still find Cyber as well. Instant two-man advantage here for Hotu, and they need to win this round. Chase finds one as well. 2 versus 5 now. Potentially all that Hotu needed was just that one round. Just take a pause, rethink things through. And as I mentioned, they go back to that aggressive playstyle. We see that push into short, find a kill. Similarly, that aggressive peek in towards middle from Mizuxa. And then obviously Case playing things cool, re-aggressing short and finds another. That's the type of playstyle that favors into Hotu's ability so well. M-Star, nice kill there. It's kind of trapped in front of the molly. Flashbang will come through, but not fully blinding Case. And we'll be able to find another. And they know where this final player is as well from that flashbang. Case. Gonna be regressing here. It's just gonna be Trojan trying to save. It's just gonna have to be an eco here from Eternal Fire Academy. He also doesn't have enough to fully invest. I don't know. They might try and invest here. Maybe put Yota on a Mac 10. Maybe Trojan could drop over a Galil. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. Can we see Hotu find 3 in a row, though? That is the question on everyone's mind, but nice find there from M-Star. Really putting in a shift in this round. Has been dropped down to 33 quite early on. Oh, Swift still swinging out towards Banana. Gets caught out. Gokushima can only find one. We got a player towards Truck now. Just tucked in the close right-hand side corner. And Cyber needs to get this trade. Is successful. The swing through the smoke. Such a risk. No reward. And Eternal Fire Academy, they take the half. What an amazing performance, though, from the T's. They lose 2 rounds. They opt for the Force. Not a perfect buy, and they still win it. And now we're talking about money troubles. Let's look to Hotu. Really not got much in the reserve. Mizuxa, the only one with any finances. And it's really not anything special. 1,400. If we see Eternal Fire win this one, we should see them find double digits here. And double digits on the T side, that's a real rarity. Once in a blue moon. Simple stuff for Trojan, as he does find Swift Steel as well. Do have Gokushima on the orb. Might get tested here, but in a nice position. Simple shot, and we'll just back away. So back to a 4-on-4. And look at this monster aggression. Jota and M-Star need to be ready for this, but he's got his knife in hand. Oh, and this is going to be a real bloodbath as the smoke fades, but Jota with a double. But what a match we have. Eternal Fire Academy really doing such a good job here. And I can't wait to see what they're showing on their CT side. Obviously, we might not see much of it, though, as their T side has just been so dominant, has been so strong. And Hotu, they're a side that in previous seasons, we've seen them show so many signs of success, especially on a map like Overpass. But something to mention, we see the double AWP in play right now. Don't know whether Mizuks is just holding it for the time being to try and find a couple picks, or it could be a situation where the double AWP could be their saving grace. It could be the solution to their problems. And realistically, at this point in the game, I'd try anything. A double AWP, you know, maybe 4 towards A, something. They need to try something. Because every time they try and take some control, they really are getting punished. We saw it in that aggressive peek towards long. We saw that fading through the smoke monster. Nothing seems to be going their way. People talk about insta windows on Mirage. We got insta monster smokes. Okay, I like that. But it's going to be a fast popper here towards B. This could be perfect, but Ruler, oh, that's an important kill. Done a lot of damage as well. Switches to that USP, but we'll be able to find 2. And it's all on Cyber, but gets eliminated. And for a weak buy, we had 5-7s. We had lack of utility. Hotu, they handle it very nicely. Oh, no. Are we seeing an insta monster again? I want to see that. Insta monster smokes. Oh my god, okay. Swift Steel. I told you Hotu know this map well. And Gokushima, talk about aggressive plays. That's the bomb. And for some reason, Eternal Fire Academy wanted to give a monster hit another go. Really didn't work out in their favor before. And Gokushima doing a lot of work. Case with a swing. The flash is good. And there we have it. Hotu find 4. Just going to have to be an eco here for Eternal Fire Academy. So Hotu should be having a bit of a freebie here. And it will come down to round 15. The real question is Eternal Fire Academy going to get double digits on that T side? Or are we going to see Hotu find 6? Early aggression there. Nice nade onto Jota. It's just going to be the short pop, and the flash should be good, actually. And M-Stop pushing through Monster. Things can work out well here, I say that. You look at the kill feed. You see Ruler and Swift still absolutely dominating. But as we go into that final round, Trojan won't have an ult to play with. It's going to be AKs in play for Eternal Fire Academy. And we've seen them going a little bit too fast in the last couple rounds. And Hotu, they're ready for it. They're playing with it. And it's working in their favor as we see a bit of a streak from the CTs. But we're going to see some mid-aggression now from Hotu. Mizuks is going to push down Con. Eternal Fire Academy going towards B once again. And Mizuks does find 1. Waiting for the swing of the second. And we'll just back away into connector. And instantly, Eternal Fire Academy, they go a man down. They lose another as well. And now the flash comes over. Trojan just sending himself in. And that's a brilliant double. 2 on 3 now with Mizuks. 19 HP. We've got Swift Steel in the back lines. They need to be ready for it. Trojan doesn't seem aware, but has spotted him. We could see another kill come through now. Nice nade. We'll just force him back ever further. And the angles that Hotu are playing are perfect. Bit of a crossfire towards B, but Mizuks just falls away from holding short. Does allow Cyber to creep on out. There we have it. Spotted the Heaven player. They do still know about the player in the back lines. It's all going to be about Swift Steel, though. Is coming from short. Nade comes over. Plant's not towards default, though. The bomb has gone down now. Both players towards water, playing deep positions. The flash comes in. Oh, and there we have it. Cyber, 1 versus 2. Surely going to struggle here. And the AWP shot deterring Cyber, keeping his attention away from Swift Steel. The swing comes through. And Hotu finds 6. Obviously, still a very strong half for Eternal Fire Academy. But all things considered, winning 6 rounds out of the last 8, Hotu are going to be happy with that. But what a great half this has been. Eternal Fire Academy, they got 7 rounds in a row early on, and then we saw Hotu come into it. Will we see a similar story here on their CT side, or will it be Hotu to dominate early on their T side? That is the question. Hotu, they need to win this pistol. Without it, they're really going to struggle. Would allow Eternal Fire Academy to find double digits and maybe, 11, 12 rounds. And that's where they were going to be in a really tough spot. I'm liking the buy here, though. Eternal Fire Academy, just all out for armor. No utility, no kit, no pistols. And look at this setup. M-Star with 2. I doubt they're going to be aware of the extra players in con. Oh, okay. But Gokushima and Swiftsteel, what is going on here? Gokushima could find another, but Jota does get 1. But it doesn't matter. The con stack doesn't go Eternal Fire's way. Oh, Swiftsteel and Gokushima. What a round from them. That player with their back turned in con, it seemed as though it was never going to get spotted. But just when it mattered, he turned the corner. They did find it, his position. So Hotu, they win the pistol. I mentioned such a necessary one for them to find. And it's just going to be an eco here for Eternal Fire Academy. Ooh, leaning towards B here. Okay, Hotu. They need to be ready for this. The USPs on the back of water. And Mizuxa spotted 1. Oh, okay. It seemed as though it could have got very dicey, but Gokushima with 2. Mizuxa getting a double of his own. And Case clearing things out towards... well, just towards the end of that. Hotu going to be against the first full buy here of Eternal Fire Academy. Util looking good here for Eternal Fire Academy. The one problem being not having a kit. That could be ever so slightly problematic. Early molly towards mid misses, and Gokushima is going to try and progress. Trojan will just back away though. Full gamble towards B here. Obviously expecting the MAC-10s to kind of lean towards short. Mizuxa trying to find a lucky pot shot through the smoke. Ooh, and as we see the players rotating up towards A, it seems as though Hotu might have a bit of a look down towards B. We have got Gokushima lurking towards long. Smoke will have been heard though. They're going to be aware of at least one player towards long. Obviously the bomb still towards T stairs, and someone's going to have to go get that. It will be Gokushima though. Another smoke being thrown towards Monster. 3 players in short. They're going to be boosting as well. Luckily, Wakadia is on the other side of the pillar, but all just emerges. This 2B hold is going to be very weak against all 5 of the Hotu players. Surely Eternal Fire Academy can't come out of this one unscathed. Nade towards back pillar as well. Oh, and the flash is good, but not good enough. Oh, okay, M-Star with a double. 2 versus 3, though. Perfect from Gokushima. Waits for the smoke to fade. Does find Cyber and Swiftsteel deep. Hotu, they level things up and should take the lead now. Seems as though on a CT dominant map, the T's are the ones that are taking the reins. Hotu against the Deagles. Slowly taking some control towards A. Very passive towards B, and rightly so. We got a 4-player gamble. Nice flash there from Cyber. Some monster control is going to be taken. And they've got that information, and now it's going to be the gamble up towards A. They need to kind of step on the gas, really. Gokushima spots the player towards Divider. It's all about whether M-Star can keep himself alive. It does go down. Oh, I like this aggression from Cyber. Could pan out nicely. They flash themselves onto the bomb side, but Gokushima and Case having a bit of a field day. 5 surviving for Hotu. And they do take the lead. As I mentioned, the money is looking good for Hotu. Things are working out very nicely for the T's now. And it would be absolutely devastating for Eternal Fire Academy to lose this one, especially as they had such a strong early lead. It was 7 rounds up on the T side without Hotu posting one. They ended the half 9-6. That's 4 rounds in a row from Hotu on this T side. Mizuxa aggressing into short, getting very deep here. They're not going to be ready for Mizuxa whatsoever. Nade comes through. Mizuxa finds one and will just be able to back away. No trade coming through from Cyber yet. Seems as though Cyber wants to go hunting, but Mizuxa well aware of this and gets a freebie here. Instantly, Hotu put themselves in a 5 versus 3. I don't think it really matters though. It's a 2v4 now. Arcadia and Jota all that remain. Nice flash here, but Case is going to drop the molly and it's going to be a bit of a foot race towards A. Ooh, nice find from Arcadia. Nearly gifted another, but Case confirms the kill. And Jota's just going to be saving here. 11 rounds found now for Hotu. Jota did a great job there. Orc's been dropped as well. Trojan got the mid peak as well. Things are looking up. Just a half buy here. Oh, I say that. They fully invested. This is a bit of a risk. Trojan's got a little bit of money in reserve. We got 2 M4s, a FAMAS, an MP9, and that AWP. And we're going to need to see a player like Trojan step up in this one. Going to be going for a con peak here. We do have Ruler towards Connector. Jota needs to find this frag. Going to be aggressing in short, and the flash is good. Does find the frag now. Going to blow the door open with a nade. Ruler. Trying to take some control here. A little bit of chip damage onto Trojan. There's 4 players towards B right now. M-Star, the lone defender on A with an MP9. We do see Trojan rotating up, and we're going to see some A pressure from Hotu now. Gokushima holding towards Monster here. That is unfortunate. Oh! Gokushima still finds the kill with the AWP. That is brilliant. Four on 4. Hotu, 30 seconds on the clock. They're going to be leaning towards B here. 2 smokes, a molly, a flash, and a nade. And now they're going to be sending the util out now. Not going to be keeping much for the post plant either. Flashbang comes through. Does hit its mark. A very deep flash. And here's the pop. But nice kill from Jota. Gokushima takes him down. 3 versus 2. Mizuxa spots one towards short. And oh, this is brilliant. Hotu are playing with a newfound form here. They are looking absolutely amazing. They're going to find 12. Eternal Fire Academy questioning what's going wrong here. Why can't we confirm any rounds on the CT side? We did such a great job on the T side, but now things have dwindled. And Ruler going to be swinging, although 15 HP will take down the AWP. And what a performance Hotu are putting on now. That's 6 rounds in a row on their T side. Hotu 4 rounds away from guaranteeing a spot in playoffs. Eternal Fire, they need 7 to find another map here to get another win under their belt to keep themselves within the Challenger division. Both of these teams with a lot of incentives to win this one, but it's all going to be about who can kind of put that final toe over the line, who can really go the distance here. And with Hotu on a 3-round lead, although on the T side, the unfavored side, they're showing so many signs of strength here. And Eternal Fire Academy, although on the favored side, there's so many gaps in their defense. It's so clear that their CT side needs a fair bit of work. A similar story to both of these teams here. Obviously, we saw Hotu find 6 on their CT side. Eternal Fire, if they find 6, we will be going to overtime. But it seems as though Hotu, they finally hit their peak. They found their form. That is 12 out of the last 14 rounds going the way of Hotu, I believe. Yeah, that is what has gone on here. It's clear that Eternal Fire Academy, yes, he had a dominant start, but it's Hotu's time to shine, and they're really struggling. Gokushima on the AWP, currently 20 and 12. That 20 is going to be the number that changes, though, as he finds M-Star. Trojan searching towards middle here. Smoke towards front toilets. Just clearing out all of these angles quite cautiously. Ooh, Mizuxa ready for that position of the scout. Jota's going to be getting aggressive here towards Monster. Needs to be ready for Swift Steel. Does find him. So back to a 4-on-4, but we're going to be seeing Hotu rush up towards A. They realise that Jota's got all of this control here towards B. The gamble's going to be towards A as well. So they could actually go down Con. But long seems is where the final goal will be. We have just seen Trojan rotate up, but the util's going to be coming through now. Cyber and Wakadia with a lot of work to do now. Cyber dropped down to 21 HP. Wakadia, MP9 in hand, does find one. Going to try and cross. We've got a player emerging out of top con. That is Ruler. Oh, but these smokes, they're going to try and fade them. Going to try and take some control here. And it's just Trojan remaining. And K spamming through towards Bank. Does eventually take down Trojan and Hotu. They find 13. Yes, it was a half buy for Eternal Fire Academy. They were able to find 2, but we need to see more from them. They are really struggling here. And with Hotu at touching distance of that number 16 of finding the game, we really need to see a change here for Eternal Fire Academy. Could be too far gone though. That is 15. Oh no, that is 13 out of the last 15 rounds going the way of Hotu. Swift Steel kind of just gifted that kill away. M-Star's in a nice position here. I like the way that M-Star's been playing. Very aggressive, very confident, finds the kills, but also isn't always kind of in a position where he can get out. I feel like such a combative player will take a lot of aggression, try and take some control, but usually gets himself caught in tough situations, and I feel like this round we saw just that. Found the kill towards middle, but couldn't get out of Con in time. Oh, Wacadia in a great position. Ruler with a trade. I doubt they're going to be ready for Cyber in the backlines, but Ruler, oh, with his nerve set, with his sight set towards short. And as he emerges out of the door, Ruler finds Cyber. It's all on Trojan. Eventually, Trojan, you got to go for a round like this. Yes, you're in the disadvantage, but you have to take the gamble. And look at this play. Look at this call from Hotu. They're sending it up towards A. The bomb site's completely open, and Trojan, none the wiser. Doesn't have a kit, but an AWP and a nade. Things can go well. We do have the AWP on the side of Hotu as well. Trojan slowly clambers up towards Dumpster. Kind of giving him a 1v1 in this situation, in fact. Trojan, though, without a smoke, really going to struggle here. And with the double nade, they could wait for the tap and just send the nades. They can send them from safe positions, but it's just going to be a safe hit. He's giving up 14. Hotu, they've got such a strong chance of taking this one. And oh, we could find him as well. It's all about timing. Nice find from Trojan. We'll be able to keep that up. Hotu. 2 rounds away now, and Eternal Fire Academy, they fully invested. If this one doesn't go their way, it could be all over. A lot of players here towards A from Eternal Fire Academy, and it seems as though Hotu, they've got that read, they understand it. Nice shot from Trojan, takes down Swiftsteel, an important kill there. Ruler will drop the smoke. They can just go out towards B here. The only defender is Wacadia, playing from right side ABC. But I love the mobility of Trojan. Finds a pick and con, sends it all the way back towards B with a lot of speed. Util coming over now. Nice from M-Star. Is in the back lines. His teammate by his shoulder, by his side. And M-Star does find 2. The bomb has been dropped as well. But this is looking easy. It's all on Ruler now. 1 versus 4. And finally, Eternal Fire Academy, they put up some numbers here on the CT side. I say numbers plural. This will be the first round they will find, unless if some real mistakes are going to be made. "36 seconds on the clock." And Ruler, ooh, did he mean to shoot there? He's given away his position. Wherever he goes, he's met by 2. Flashbang going to come through. But Trojan holding the lines. Spots his shoulder, finds the kill. Eternal Fire Academy, they eventually find double digits. Potentially something we've been expecting from them for quite some time, as that is the first round they have won in a long, long while. The first round they've won out of 13. That is ridiculous. Ooh, M-Star ready for this aggressive play. Oh, Cyber will find 1. Nice from M-Star as he gets a double. Ruler and Swiftsteel, all that remain now, 2 versus 4. And Eternal Fire Academy, where was this a couple rounds ago? This is a beautiful performance from them. If only we had this earlier, the game could have already been over. That was a 12-round streak from Hotu. It was well, 7-2 at one point. Ooh, nice from Cyber. Swift still finds a kill as well. 1 versus 2. The bomb is dropped. They're playing doubled up here. Swift still needs to be wary of the player towards Fountain. As he emerges. Obviously M-Star very low, but it doesn't matter. Lovely position there. They will save the AWP as well. And Eternal Fire Academy, they string rounds together. It's the first two that they've won in the half, and they won them back to back. And now the money seemingly starts to drain for Hotu. Surely we cannot see Eternal Fire Academy come back into this one. Hotu, they did such a great job to bring this game into their favour. 14-9. It seemed like this was going to be over, but Eternal Fire Academy, when the pressure was at an all-time high, they came to play. Eternal Fire Academy can find 13 off the back of this. Obviously, the money for them isn't great either. If we see them lose, it could be all over. Nade coming over now. A bit of control and aggression towards short here. Oh, look at Mazukza. I like the play, but you need to be ready. And you need a flash over the top of you. You can't really take the liberties of just pushing out short on your own. Five v 4 now. Flashbang coming over. Nice kill there from Ruler. Obviously has been dropped down low. Might request Gokushima's AWP here. I think Gokushima might reluctantly agree to that though. We'll send the smoke now. Bit of a B fake here. Oh, but Case. Oh, they might think it's an A fake to B hit. Oh, really sell the fake to be honest. Oh, and that's exactly what they think it is. That's brilliant. Case shows some control, and then they throw the util towards B. So, Case, you've drawn the rotations away. Oh, and Swiftsteel and Gokushima both find a killer piece. Yes, there's 7 seconds remaining, but they can get the bomb down. Trojan, oh, could have shot through the box and taken down Swiftsteel. I think that might have been the greater play. That would have been the round over. 3 versus 2. Swiftsteel posted up on the bomb site. 2 players towards short. Swiftsteel needs to be aware of this bridge aggression. And he will sight it now. But M-Star with an important kill. M-Star 28 and 21. Really stepped up massively. But Gokushima spots the leg. Ready for the swing. 1 versus 2 now for Trojan. Does have a kit, but just going to try and save. But might not even be able to. Oh, and that is devastating. Trojan really struggled in this one. Currently 12 and 17. But something to look at. Look at the kills on the Eternal Fire Academy side. Wakadi with 10. Trojan with 12. Yotta also on 12. Cyber 15. M-Star on 28. It's such a clear disparity between these two sides. M-Star topping the whole server with 28 kills. But his second fragger not even putting up the numbers of the bottom performer on the Hotu side. It's clear to see that, yes, Eternal Fire Academy, they've got a hero. They've got M-Star, but he can't do it himself. It can't all be on M-Star. Nice opener there for Cyber. This could be the final round of play, though. I mentioned them losing a round could be the cost. Utility certainly not great. We don't have the AWP on Trojan, an MP9 and a FAMAS in play as well. Really not the weapons you're going to want to be wielding when trying to fight for survival. Util going to be coming over towards B. And Ruler just biding his time, waiting for that moment. Condor has been opened. But we'll just back away. We've got 2 players that are going to be progressing down Con now. And it's all going to be about timing here. Ruler does find the first. Oh, Swift still gets one. And now they're aware of the boost. Ruler going to drop the smoke now. Needs to find the kill, but does go down. Cyber, an important kill there. Mazukza dropped down low. Will find 1 frag. 2 on 2. Case emerges. Does find the first. Spots the second. Needs to hit the shot. Does have Mazukza by his side, though. And it's all going to be about timing. Which side do they decide to swing? And Case going to be peeking off his teammate. Spots the player out down the open, but Case doesn't even need him. Mizuxa all alone. Brilliant fight there, does take him down, and even in an unsettling situation for Hotu, they do win the game. That is a brilliant performance from them. They were so far down initially in that game, really struggling, and the mental fortitude to bring it back, to get themselves in a position where they can take it is absolutely ridiculous. Never thought that way would go there. Well, I never thought the game would go their way, especially after such a strong start for Eternal Fire Academy. But Hotu, after this game, they are 5-1. Eternal Fire Academy, complete flip of the script as they're 1-5. And Eternal Fire Academy are going to have to win their final 2 matches to keep themselves in the Challenger Division. But we do have another game on our hands very shortly. That is going to be One Pin versus Entropy. So that is going to be an amazing one as well. But congratulations, Hotu. What a great comeback and what a great final round from them. But just going to go into a short break before that next matchup. One Pin versus Entropy. Hello there, guys. Sadly, we weren't going to be able to watch the One Pin versus Entropy game. Entropy didn't seem to be showing up today, so One Pin, I believe they will get a forfeit win. Not too sure whether there were some scheduling issues. They might have that game rescheduled, but as we get to the closing stages of the season, potentially not. But Union versus 9Pandas, this is going to be a good one. And what are your thoughts as we kind of jump midway through into this one, Charlie?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really exciting game. I think both these teams are in a position where they would love to get that win. But just to point out, in that one-pin game, yeah, for now, it does look like they've got the forfeit win. Obviously, like you mentioned, things can change. Could be a bit of a scheduling issue that potentially the system just hasn't updated yet. But if that is the case, one-pin, Fred, they are 7-0 right now. One game away from going undefeated. There's not many teams who have that honor in the SCL. There are a couple, but one pin, I'm sure they would love to be the next to that stage.
Well, yeah, obviously. Realistically, they won last season. They're looking great so far this year. You know, why don't we see a back-to-back? Why can't, you know, we could see them take Season 7. They're looking great so far. Definitely one of the kind of the favourites, I'd say, because a lot you kind of look at, and some of the teams that we kind of expected to do very well aren't performing to those standards, and it seems as though it's going to be a bit of an interesting kind of finish. I can't wait to see the playoffs because that's going to be an absolutely amazing feat as well. But 9Pandas, they kick off this round quite quickly. We're into a one-on-one straight away. Temergent and Trunic batting off against one another. Trunic, hardly any time to work with here. Just going to try and jump across. Ooh, okay. We'll get the bomb down. Temergent with a lot of util to work with, and Trunic being 42 HP. Things could work out well here, but lovely little flick there from Temergent. Union going to be thanking him very much in that round. So they do extend their lead. They do find 6 now.
Yeah, this is an important game for Union. Right now they are 2-3, so their record's not that great if we are being honest, but I mean, it's still technically doable to get to playoffs. They do really need to win their last real games or so. On the other hand, 9Pandas, they are looking much better this season. They are 3-1. So obviously they're looking primed to take playoffs right now, but an upset from Union certainly could throw a spanner in the works. But players like Temergent are really stepping up to a level we haven't really seen too much from him this season. If he can continue this form, 11-3 already, had some great shots, can continue this, there's no reason why Union can't turn their season around, despite it being such a late stage in the season.
Yeah, definitely not. I see really no reason why they won't turn it around. You know, I feel like they're looking great in this game if they can just keep the form going. But I feel like 9Pandas, we have kind of expected them to do well. You look at the names on that side, you look at straight away, you see Seized. And you've got to realise that a player with that level of experience is always going to be able to dominate, because not only will they know kind of how the rounds are going to go, how to play each individual gunfight, but it's also the experience that C's can kind of give to the rest of the team, and kind of easily show these kind of bright sparks, these new players, the kind of the better ways to play CS, and kind of how it should be played, because CZ's been at this level for quite some time. Oh, okay, Temergent hit a crazy flick in the last. Lovely shot with the Deeg in this one. And another 1 versus 1, and it's Temergent and Trunic once again. Will we see Trunic best Temergent in this one? Oh, it seems as though it's not going to happen. Simple stuff. Another 1v1 clutch. Temergent does come out of on top. And once again, the kill coming from jungle.
Yes, he was in such a deep position, but it took him quite a while to sort of calm down, to cut all noise and just go silent. So Temergent had an idea that, okay, Seized is close. He's made steps here, and you saw just the awareness from Temergent turn from A to B, and that's all from the steps that Seized made. If Seized just held towards market for a while, that bomb could have rotated in. They could have played that 2 versus 1 together, but instead, 2 split 1v1s. Temergent had all the information on both of the players and found both the kills. Great stuff from him. Another important clutch, and Union continuing their streak. FPS with their hero orb in this round, though, and there's the orb gone, just like that, Fred. Spam through the smoke from the best. Can get retrieved from Deledes. But man, disadvantage. 9Pandas are really going to have to make the most out of this big green.
Yeah, and we're seeing this Apps aggression now as well. Given Up has taken all of this control, so surely we're going to see a bit of a gamble from Union towards A. They've got all of this early aggression, but Malloy getting aggressive towards ramp as well, finding that kill. It seems as though 9Pandas, they've got no avenues into this round. They're just going to have to brute force their way out ramp, and with these weaker weapons, it's not going to be all too easy. Yes, we have Deledes on the AWP, but It's not going to be an easy one whatsoever, especially with 3 players already on the bomb site here for Union.
Malloy playing very close to this smoke here. Aggresses again. Diletto's baits out the shot, and Edmund's the one who goes down instead, but the double spray down from Malloy makes it all worth it. Trunix, 1 versus 4 here. Just the Deagle to play with. He's the only player on the 9-pounder side who's fully invested, and he might be the only one who gets nothing out of it. Tamersian does give himself up. Nice find there from Trunix, but still 3 players to find. They know exactly where he is. He's able to retrieve an M4, but Malloy takes him down and finds the 4K.
Yeah, great round from Malloy. Getting aggressive there early on, finding a pick towards ramp, still staying around the action, and then nice double there. Obviously, his teammate did go down in the process, but definitely going to be happy with a 1-for-2 trade, and then obviously playing that last fight quite nicely as well. Drops the molly, keeps kind of Trunic having to be ready to push, because Trunic still wants to win that round, and you've got about 25 seconds to work with, so Trunic hyper-focused there towards ramp, ready to swing after the molly fades, but no, Malloy takes the aggression to him and does find the frag. So Union, they win the half on the CT side, an expected outcome here on Mirage, but it's all about how many more rounds they can find. Are we going to see them get themselves to double digits? 10 rounds on the CT side of Mirage, you're definitely going to be happy with it, especially as we are expecting a little bit more of a 9-6, 8-7 scoreline.
Investment here for 9-pounders is going to come through. A few limitations in the utility, but we kind of expected that when Trunix did full buy.
No head armor for FPS or Trunix, so playing against these 4 M4s, it's not going to be all too easy, but Malloy swinging out of con does find seized and can just back away, and that's brilliant from Union. They find a pick, they take that control, and then they just relinquish themselves back to safety, and that's the style of play I really like to see here on the CT side. It's a great way to get an opener, and they're going to be hunting for a second here in the best. Does a great job there, finds a double, that is the bomb, and now we're going to have to see FPS send it back towards middle, but a 1 versus 5, and with everyone around that full HP mark, FPS is going to struggle. Tasked with finding the first, but Edmund on the trade, and Union, they do find 9, but they don't go for the double AWP. They had the opportunity to do so, but went against potentially MAC-10s, pistols, no real need for it.
Fred, have a look at that. That's the round that 9-pounders basically had their full buy. They had everything you could sort of really ask for. And yet they found 1 kill. And that was at the very end in that 1 versus 5 attempt. That's dominant from Union. That's something we haven't seen from Union at all this season.
Yeah, it seems as though, obviously, early doors, they didn't have kind of the greatest of starts. You know, it could have been far better. Not to say that they're out of this one. But as you mentioned, they are going to need a strong finish here. And potentially those early losses have spurred them on to find this new level of success. It's allowed them to spot their own mistakes in the demos, go through some things, and it's clear to see that the changes have been made and they're working very nicely. Going to be a bit of an A-pop here though for 9-pounders. Seized. Tentative on that first flash, but will eventually send it out. But Seized is a player that's really underperforming in this game. Currently 2-12. Obviously, you know, it's always tough when you're in that kind of the leadership role. You not only need to be fragging, especially when you are kind of a star player as well, but we need to see Seized put up at least a couple more numbers. 2-12 really isn't enough, especially when you're kind of the experienced player. You're the one with that high level of success in the past, but realistically, things aren't looking too good for 9-pounders in this round. Yes, it was a half buy. We need to see them try and find some more, because look at the amount of money that Union have. They're going to be having full buys for the rest of these rounds, and they have found double digits here, but it's all about can they find 12, or will 9-pounders put up a bit of a fight in the final 2 rounds?
Yeah, I sort of feel like it's necessary for 9-pounders to at least find these final 2 rounds as successes, because otherwise, yeah, potentially that 12-3 scoreline is just going to be too long a road for any team to come back, and 9-pounders not showing us too much in this one. I don't know how much self-belief I have just yet, but still, this round's all to play for.
Yeah, it's not done yet. 10-5, you know, fairly doable scoreline, but as you mentioned, they've got to find these last 2. We'll just smoke the molly there. Poya's got a lot of information and finding the best there. An important kill. The final 2 defenders here are trapped behind the smokes for now, but the elevation above ticket. Trunic getting that all-important kill here. And Union, as I mentioned before, they've got a lot of money to go for, but Seized in the back lines. Trunic finding one through the smoke. It's all on Malloy here. 1 versus 5 now. Does find the first. Going to be jumping towards short here. They need to be aware.
Damage is actually quite important. Seas luckily gets away with that kill. Brought down to 10 HP, but Malloy running out of ammo allows Seas to capitalize. Yeah, £9 their money wasn't great. If Malloy could have found Seized, had a chance to find another, we could have seen limitations in £9's final buy of the half, and that could have really changed things up.
That was a really nice round there from 9pandas. It did just come off individuals there, but we need to see some more of that. You know, where was this earlier on in the half? Because that was a clear domination from 9pandas there. They just found those opening picks towards 8. It seemed perfect for them. But this is the type of playstyle that we potentially needed to see a little earlier on in the half. And then we'd be at a little bit more of a competitive matchup. But they've gone back to this slow playstyle. And it feeds right into the Union. Well, feeds right into Union's hands. Seems as though they're loving when it's a slow start. They can get those deep positions. Get posted up with these AWPs. That's exactly what Temergen's doing in this round. Currently close towards ramp, but we'll just slowly be backing away.
Interestingly enough, despite 9pandas being 10-4 down, Trunix is actually top in the server. He's 16 and 11 right now. Most kills by a couple. And he's on the losing side.
And it's not as though it's a close game either. 10-4 currently. It is still very dominant. Nice flash there. Oh, Deledes with a double. That is perfect. Trunic, in fact, did steal one of those kills away. Seized, just sticking around here. Deep towards mid, does find one. But Edmund has done so much in this round. Found these 3 kills. Needs to be aware of Seized, but reloading. Does get caught out, and Seized finds 2. Completely out in the open. FPS finally comes alive with the AWP, and 9pandas, as mentioned, they do find those 2 rounds. But Charlie, look at the round kind of split there. 9pandas won the pistol, they find 3, they lose 10 in a row, and they finally find a stint towards the end. What if the pistol didn't go their way? What if they didn't have those final 2 rounds? Would we be looking at 15-0 currently? Probably not, but still, you've got to imagine 9pandas, we need to see more from them. Out of the 12 full buys, they only won 2. We really need to see a bit of a change.
Yeah, and we've got to see that sort of coming from this second half pistol round. Just obviously we saw what the pistol round can do for 9pandas in this one. Just getting that pistol round sort of gave them the first 3 rounds of the game. The majority of their rounds, in fact. So that pistol round is very crucial. Potentially could be what 9pandas need to get them back into this game.
Now we return to the land of the living after the small pause there during the half. I'm liking how Union are playing this one though. Oh, that is a cheeky boost. I doubt Union are going to be ready for that, but just 2 players outside B, 1 towards under, and obviously it is just Temergen holding the Apps aggression, and 3 towards middle. They're waiting for aggression, but 9pandas aren't giving them any.
Giving up using utility towards mid. Smoke top con, molly and window. Can get himself deep if he wants.
It's going to be a short
3
split.
players still towards B. The B players are going to get tested now. Malloy finds the first. FPS on Balk's being spotted. That's the bomb dropped into Mergen and FPS with some really clean shots. Trunic backing him up, and FPS is doing it all himself. Give it up in the flank. Gets taken down by D-Ledis, but that's individual brilliance there from FPS.
Yeah, it's about time too. A round like that really can improve a player's confidence. Obviously, FPS hasn't had the kind of strongest of games, but that round certainly has improved things. And we mentioned the necessity for the pistol there for 9pandas. If they weren't able to find it, Union could run away with this one, but that's both pistol rounds won by 9pandas now, and it is really going to edge them ever closer to their opponents. Look at the weaponry that Union are wielding in this one. They got 2 Deagles, 2 P250s, and just the Glocks, but the Deagles can make things work. Malloy gonna try and kick things off by finding Poya. Ooh, opening kill going the way of Union. FPS does find 1 though. Poya spots 1 towards ramp. Simple shot there onto the best.
The rest of the Union players very split. Basically, probably just hoping to do damage now. It's going to be very tough to break into either bomb site.
That smoke, we might see Giving up progress on through. Oh, okay, Temergent. Does find one. FPS does get the trade, though. Does find a kill, in fact, onto Edmund. And Poya, a nice double there to close things out. 9 Pandas, they find 7. Obviously, it was just the eco there. Very little invested, only just pistols. Union, though, finding 2 kills there. Not too bad, but we're going to see limitations in this round. Potentially, if we didn't see those Deagles invested, if we didn't see those P250s, we'd be having AKs and a lot more util in this round. But I guess, you know, things can work out for them. Certainly a method behind the madness, and those 2 kills can have a lot of impact later on in this one. If we see 9 Pandas lose this round, you've got to expect Union are going to be facing off against a fairly weak bar in the next.
Molly getting very deep towards mid already. It's going to be mollied off for now, but throws the molly in return. You can force FPS out of window. That's a cheeky way to get into window, but 2 players very close by. And in fact, he's able to find one and get out of there.
I love that, the spray on the jump. Definitely something to bring into a lot of our gameplay. Anyone watching this, you're playing Mirage, you want to get into window without people hearing. Just make some noise. Just shoot your weapon. They're not going to be expecting you to jump while shooting. It's going to be this B-pop now. The lone defender being Poya towards short. Tasked with finding these players. Let's find the first. Could find the second as well. It does get taken down by Giving Up. One's progressed onto the back of the bomb site. That is true, Nick. Giving Up finds the frag. 1 versus 2 now. Going to need 4 in this round to close it out.
Yeah, Give It Up wasting a lot of time thinking that there's someone else actually here towards the site. So bomb still isn't down. It's going to allow these CTs to reposition. Surely he's going to get completely caught out by this double short play. Bomb still hasn't even been retrieved. Giving Up shows his back, and yeah, you see he's far too paranoid about market. Really just took too much time there. Allowed these players in short just to advance, get into good positions, and eventually find him. Bomb plant would have been great for Union, but denied by 9 Pandas. And what was a 10-3 scoreline has really closed up, Fred.
That's 5 in a row now. 9 Pandas going to be very ecstatic with that result, but they need to keep things going. This confidence cannot turn into complacency as Union are so deep already. They only need 6 more rounds to close this out, and with a weak economy, 9 Pandas cannot risk anything really. FPS though on the MP9 kicks things off nicely. Like the aerial shot there, or at least the attempt from FPS. They can line up here. Seas will find 1, and the final player is Edmund towards lower corner. I think FPS is just going to push on through here. Lovely stuff. We'll find 2 in the round with the MP9, and we can be seeing FPS upgrading to the AWP as well, and I think that might be the right call to make, especially as all of these rounds are so important. Oh, maybe we don't see it. Yeah, FPS is just going to drop the MP9 to Poya. Interesting one.
I mean, the good thing is, though, if you do look at it like this, in terms of the actual money invested into this round, I believe it was 1,300.
Just a utility.
Yeah, very little. And that was the whole team, Fred. That's very little financially invested. So if they can win this round, this can be great for their economy.
Yeah, and obviously losing it, they can still get a full buy in the next. Nice find there from FPS. Needs to be ready for this player pushing downstairs. Control's been taken, but FPS finds another. Great stuff through the smoke. The bomb can go down, though. Man disadvantage here for Union. With the time ticking away, they've got something else on their side.
Edmund taking so much damage from the spam. Towards the top of the site now. Temergent finds one. Edmund still really exposed. All by himself. Low HP. Still manages to find one. Eventually, the spams do come through, and he does full.
But 9 Pandas.
Yes, leveled up now, Fred. That was a 4K from FPS there, so clearly dropping over that M4. Knew how to use that perfectly. Yeah, the spams be useful there from FPS.
And sometimes players kind of opt against it. Obviously, when playing behind a smoke, you don't know how far or close away your opponents are, so you don't want to spam a full magazine through and just someone grey screening through a smoke and take you down. But FPS, with teammates by his side, was very confident, and finding so many players through the smoke that really made things tough for Union. Full buyout for Union, though. Lovely shot there from Temurgeon. Had hardly anything to work with there. Just shot his fingertips, I believe. But the AWP of FPS does fire back. FPS, mentioned, wasn't having the greatest of games. Currently, topping the whole server. He was 8 and 10, I believe, at one point.
It really has stepped up massively these last rounds. FPS, though, could find another player towards Palace. Looks like he just got caught out on timing, but great flick back. Looks for the second. Does tag down, given up, and Malloy not aware. Could have taken down FPS. FPS is actually still on for the ace. Given up, brought down to 11 points of health. Flashbang coming over from Trunic. Allow for this swing from the AWP, but Temurgeon and Given Up combined. Player spotted, and Temurgeon's the one who comes out on top. 4K from him.
That is ridiculous.
Union break the streak in 9 Pandas, finally.
And it was that level of overconfidence that turned to complacency, as I mentioned. 9 Pandas, they were in a 3 versus 2. They could have waited things out. They could have waited for kind of a bomb plant attempt from Union, isolate some gunfights, but no, they tried to take the fight to their opponents, and they did not come out on top, and that is devastating for 9 Pandas. Seems as though they finally hit their form. They found their streak, but we really needed to see them play that one a little bit more passively. They definitely got too aggressive, a bit too hungry on that retake, and it did cost them that round. Nice from FPS.
Obviously led as well. Aggression towards top mid, working out perfectly for 9 Pandas. Doesn't seem like last round phased them at all. Straight back to their winning ways, and this has been a pretty mighty comeback in seemingly very short amount of time.
Yeah, 9 Pandas, they're doing a great job here. A lot of these rounds, as you mentioned, being played very fast. They should level things up here. Obviously, with 2 players low HP, FPS and Deledes don't really need to fight.
This is the horrible thing for when you're a team like Union right now. When you are struggling on that T side, and it just feels like whatever you do, it's just not working. This is why I feel like Union really need to make sure they can utilize their pauses, use them to the most sort of potential that they can. Otherwise, this game will slip away. Despite having a great CT side, it might not be great enough.
Yeah, I think before their first full buy, we should have seen a pause. Obviously, 9 Pandas, they got the last 2 rounds of the half. Then they kicked things off with the pistol. I feel like we really needed to see Union kind of play things a little passively. Oh, Charlie, I think they're going to try and take him down after time. They know exactly where he is. Oh, there's going to be so many players heading his way, and now the clock's run out, and the time of Giving Up's life should be over. And there we have it, dies after time, Giving Up with 1k in the bank. Union really struggling now, and things have got even harder, as Giving Up might just have to be on a P250 and Kevlar, maybe a Tech 9 without armor, Deagle, I don't know, but it's not going to be a good one. It's a half buy here. The best is fully invested. So is Edmund. Temurgeon and Malloy, they've got a little bit of money in the reserve.
Heavily gambling for the bomb plant. See, with a bomb plant, they can get a full buyout. But they are really going to be relying on that bomb going down.
Oh, I think we might see Malloy push through this now. The timing's perfect. Oh, and there we have it. Does find 1. FPS, though, does get the trade. And look what that 1 kill, that 1 bit of control has done to 9 Pandas. They've already fallen back. They're ready for this window aggression, and Trunic will find them. Seized is already so deep here in apartments. Just telling the troops, stay towards A. I've got things towards B. Certainly does. This does find 1. Drop down to 12 HP, though. It is the 2 AKs that remain, though. Edmund and the best. Let's see what they can muster, as they were the ones very confident in this bomb going down.
Edmund spotted towards ramp, does get taken down. The best has to strike now while he's got a bit of a time in. Can get out towards connector.
The bomb's ramp, and the best is still staring towards jungle. Has made his position known, though. This flashbang should delay him. With 29 seconds remaining, and 9 Pandas slowly creeping back, things aren't going to be all too easy. The best does have a bit of a timing here, as we see FPS falling back. We do see the best grabbing the bomb. There's no real safe place to plant. Gonna have to kill FPS though, but there we have it. FPS gives up his life, and the best, he does have that opportunity to plant. Trunic needs to live, but Trunic goes down. How is this round possible now? Seized all alone, 12 HP. He's the one with experience, but surely can't be prepared for this. Won't be ready for the best here in CT. A 1 versus 4 that have come down to a 1v1 with the weakest player. And there's time.
Misplay and a half, to say the least here. Seized. Drops the smoke on the bomb. It's his only sort of chance to win this round. Does tap it, peeking up above the smoke. Spots the player, takes him down. Experience. You can't buy that, and Seized doesn't even have time. Brutal. It feels like he did just enough.
That is devastating. But what a round from giving up that. The best.
4-1. I mean, it's unbelievable how he won that.
I feel both of those players, they were confident in themselves getting the AK, and clear to see why. Go for those hero AKs, go for those plays. Certainly was the hero, the best. Obviously didn't get to find Seized in that round, but doesn't really matter. Yes, the experience, it may have got Seized the kill, but didn't win him the round. And I feel like we know why that pause has been called. Gives the best a little bit of time to just cool off after that one.
I think deservedly so.
But look at the money now.
Not in a good position for 9 Pandas at all. Both teams are very much fighting on the edge. Whoever loses this is a very big pivot round. Tag onto Seized.
I like the boost here.
Stranger to be on low HP. Deledes finds Malloy. And he's going to be able to get out of that.
Yeah, important opener. Obviously, as we mentioned, Seized is low, but could see FPS switch the AWP over? I doubt it, though. FPS has been looking so strong in the recent rounds, and I think Seized can just operate on that low HP. We saw what he did in the last with that lack of health. Sadly, didn't win the round, but still. Found the frag. Trunic in a great position here. I doubt that the best is going to be ready for that one. Although had such a successful round in the last, has potentially given the chance of this one away. And once again, Union with just 2 players remaining. But I say that. Trunic with a double. Finds 3 in this round, and 9 Pandas, although with a weak economy, they fight back. And what a round from them.
And I mentioned a very big pivotal round here. 9 Pandas should be able to find this one reasonably cleanly. Got to be the eco. Got to be seeing the eco come out from Union. Couple of deals invested, a bit of util here or there, but nothing that significant. But the best deletes FPS.
I was going to mention that the best is invested a little too much and will need to find at least a bomb plant or a couple kills. But that kill onto FPS, absolutely amazing. We are seeing Malloy slowly creep their way out towards A. Deledes needs to be aware of this, has spotted him. Keeps his teammate alive as well. Definitely the guardian angel there for Poya. Things are not going so well for Union. Yes, it was a half buy, but seems as though the best had success, but the rest not looking too strong. But what a game this has turned into. Seemed as though Union were the dominating factor early on, but 9 Pandas, they're going to take the lead now. What a brilliant kind of comeback from them. Now they're on the dominant side, and they're clearly showing why. They're looking so successful here on this CT side. And as I mentioned before, the best not going to be on a perfect buy here. It's either going to be AK armor and a flash, or the Galil's going to be in hand. No AWP out for Temergent. We do have the AWP on FPS. Temergent going to be holding off some mid-aggression as we see 3 players take some control towards apartments. 2, in fact, going towards underpass. Giving up. Needs to try and find a pick here towards B. Sow the seeds of doubt here for 9 Pandas. We are going to be seeing this aggression out mid now. We have got a player out in the open. That is Deledes. Tasked with finding these players. Timurgen could send in a flashbang and it would be perfect. But no, they overlook Deledes. The trade comes through, but the best drop down very low now. 22 points of health. 4 on 4. Bomb can be retrieved. And we're going to be seeing a bit of a B split here. 2 towards short, 2 in under. Seized towards short. Will be the one defending off against Edmund and the best. Or Timurgen, sorry. Util coming over now. It's going to be this pop out towards B. We do have 2 defenders here. Seized has fallen back into market, aware of a flank, but they are going to come from short, and that's a great double from Seized. Perfect spray there. The best needs to swing on through and take him down, and that's exactly what happens. Bomb retrieved. A lot of util picked up there from the best. Both players, sorry, on the Union side, really lacking in HP. Poya slowly creeps through apartments. FPS needs to try and take away some pressure from Poya.
Yeah, Poya can get found towards apartments. It can really give these Union players a chance, but Poya spot's given up. The best really isolated towards short here. Got to play around this pillar. Bomb's even planted for him, and FPS takes him down. Fred, money's still a bit of a problem for Union. With the bomb plant and the loss bonus, they can get a buyout, but it will be a bit of a stretch if we're being honest. 9 Pandas, they are approaching that 16 after making a big comeback.
Yeah, 9 Pandas are the ones with money to work with here. Malloy's on a Mac 10. Timurgen giving up. And Edmund all not on perfect util. Yes, they've got a strong amount. But there's always some slight limitations. Obviously, in this round, it is that Mac 10 on Malloy. And Malloy's going out towards mid. Not the most favourable of positions for a Mac 10. Spray looked good there for giving up. Definitely some intentions to find Seized. And we finally see the double orb in play now, Charlie. And as they emerge through this smoke, they surely are going to go down, but the flash is good. They do find Seized, but Trunic towards short. Finds the first, caught out in the open, reloading. Can he jump back? Yes, he can. FPS needs to be aware of Malloy and spots him, goes for the no-scope, does find success, misses the jump, but it is a 4 versus 3 now, and with such little utility for Union, this is going to be one on sheer gunfights for them.
Yeah, got 1 flashbang on giving up. It needs to be perfect. But in the position he's in, I don't know if he's going to use it.
Oh, and this one's done.
Not going the way.
It's the 1 HP.
Yeah, it just goes straight back, giving up. Trap towards bench, just the spam does it. 4K again for FPS. I'd love to know how many 4Ks he's had.
Oh, we'll be able to see at the end.
It's been an unbelievable amount.
The 9 Pandas, they find 50, and once again, another bomb plant for Union, but there is going to be that lack of an AWP on Timurgen. Utility is not going to be perfect, and 9 Pandas surely destined to take this now. What a comeback it was from them. What is that?
31 kills, though, for FPS.
Yeah, really kind of a while above any of the Union players.
Trunic really played his best CS on the T side, and FPS picked up where he left off since switching to the CD side.
We're just going to be seeing a simple set of A-smokes here for Union. And look at this double underbarrel setup. They're never going to be ready for this. Deledes going to try and progress through the smoke. Poya just operated as a bit of a bait. And look at Seized with a double. 3-on-3 now. Deledes finds one, but the trade comes through. Timurgen will take him down. 2-on-2. There is a chance here for Union, but you've got to imagine it's not going to be an easy one. And as the smokes fade, the bomb goes down. We do have Malloy already in CT, and Timurgen trapped towards default with a lot of work to do here. A nice little crossfire, though. They're holding one another's swings.
FPS. What will he be able to see as he goes around this corner? Nothing here initially. Timurgen hits the shot quickly. Flashbang comes over from Trunix. They're going to be aware of where he is now.
Interestingly, they decided to flash in the AWP there. It would have been far better sending the M4, the one probing, and to merge him with a simple shot there. So Union, they keep themselves alive in this one. The money is still looking okay for 9 Pandas. I believe Poya can potentially drop.
Yeah, the issue is for Union is they're in a weird spot where they would actually have more money if they lost the round than if they won it. Luckily, it all was saved over for to merge him, but you can see players like giving up limited util and he's playing on the Galil. So yeah, it's a bit of an awkward situation to be in. But Union right now, they are fighting for survival. There's no win that's going to be coming in regulation. Best they can hope for is bring it to overtime.
Yeah, and then they've got that second chance. Union playing very passively there. It seemed as though 9 Pandas were in a perfect situation. They had that double setup towards under, but I think it was the fact that Poya found nothing there. Was it Poya? I believe Poya was the other player towards under balcony, but...
Yeah, it could have been. I think it probably was Poya, but Union in this one, though, they're really not giving anything up. They don't have much control at all, though, so leaning back towards A, but look how many people 9 Pandas could have so quickly. They've got 3 directly holding, and D-Letters isn't exactly going to be a slow rotate. He can be into the bomb site just as quick as the smokes come over. So this could be a 4-man A defense from 9 Pandas. And looking at D-Letters, he's rotating even closer towards jungle. Now this could be it, Fred.
Yeah, this is going to be such a bloodbath. They do send in the first set of smokes to try and dissipate some of the 9 Pandas' defensive utility. It's going to be a pop out of apartments. Or palace, sorry. And it's going to be an interesting one as we do have a fairly strong setup here. To merge and we'll find Deledes. Malloy going to be pushing out. The flash is good and Poya goes down. And what a pop out of palace it was. And look at that. Straight away. Seized all that remains. And Charlie, 9 Pandas invested. Union are going to be on 14. And the money for 9 Pandas is going to be absolutely diabolical.
I mean, there were so many plays towards A there. And Union still... They went into the stack and they dealt with it so well, took very little damage. The util was perfect. So many players blind, caught off in awkward corners, and the shots were really impressive stuff there from Union to be able to pull that one off in such dominant fashion. Steve, sort of important he keeps this M4 alive because it could be one of the only M4s that they're going to be playing with. No hunt coming in at all. Overtime's looking more and more likely. In fact, it's looking a bit more destined. Timeout called on the final round of regulation for 9 Pandas. Going to be discussing everything that they can possibly do to try to salvage something here.
Yeah, and a scout drop from C's. The util's not going to be perfect, but I think that's sometimes the call you have to make. But yeah, we've got a scout, an M4, and 3 Deagles. It is still winnable here for 9 Pandas. They can close this one out in regulation. But Charlie, I've got an inkling we're going to OT. Union, they've done a great job here to find these last couple rounds. It would be devastating for them not to take it to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, it really would be. Yeah, after all of this, if they aren't able to close it out on sort of the simplest round that they've got, it will be heartbreaking. Overtime certainly does look like the possibility. Final round of regulation underway here. M4, Scout, and 3 Deagles is all that 9 Pandas have to play with, and that M4 gets chipped down to 33 HP instantly.
Surely Seas needs to drop that to another teammate. Trueneck getting heavily naded as well. Surely someone needs to take that M4 overseas in this round.
It looks like he's going to be... Ooh, I was going to say swapping it to Trueneck, who's probably the worst player to swap it to.
Just boosting Trueneck up. They still have 2 players towards B. This A defense is going to be very weak. FPS and Poya, the 2 defenders here. The Scout outside connector, and we do have Poya on top of balcony. My might go pushing into this smoke here. Got to deal with the best, but if he can find this frag, that will be an AK that he can wield. Giving up, searching towards B. Oh, Chip sees down even lower, and that's going to be the go call now. They're going to be pushing through. The smoke has landed. Oh, but he spots him in the fade. That is so unfortunate for Poya. Potentially could be the cost of this round for 9 Pandas. And surely this one's over.
Yeah, looks like overtime certainly is a near guarantee at this point. C is still with that M4 despite being really just a sliver of health. FPS getting chipped down low as well. C pushes through, finds nothing. Eagles on Trunix. All that remains, and just like that, all 5 surviving. Union do take us to overtime.
And it would have been a sad story, a sad sight for Union if they weren't able to close this game out regardless. Obviously, they looked so dominant on their CT side and heavily fell short on the T side. But 9 Pandas, yes, we had a great comeback from them, but they couldn't go the distance. They couldn't find that 16th. They seemed destined to take it, but it wasn't enough. And now we go to OT. And this is where everything's going to be heating up in the server.
Yeah, final few rounds just going the way of Union really just shows their sort of mental resistance despite having that slip up since switching halves and sort of just looking a bit lackluster, if we're being honest, on that T side. They certainly still had something in the locker. They certainly weren't down and out, and they gave it their all and brought us straight here back to OT, all level up once again.
Early flash here from Edmund, awaiting for a Palace peak. Obviously now 9 Pandas have the money. They've got the AWP on FPS. You got to remember, Charlie, that CT economy not perfect. If you do lose the opening 2 rounds, you're going to be in a tough spot for that third.
Util into window. Just going to be clearing that out from the best. Very slow played round here. First round of OT. No one's given anything up here.
Rightly so. This is so important now. With only 3 rounds on each side, you're definitely going to be wanting to win as many as possible. But it seems as though the pop's going to be coming through now. But it's still so split. They are just going to be going back towards A now. Or at least dropping the bomb there is given up. Going to be faking.
Nick on the balcony. Well, isn't going to spread to him. 3 defenders here towards B. Malloy pushing up from short as well.
Ooh.
Finds one. Trunic does fall.
But look.
B players do their job, and like going up towards A. Poya towards Sandwich finds the first. They have to kill him quick.
Oh, and FPS comes alive, but what a shot from Temergent. Oh, but the bomb's dropped. Do they have enough time? That's the question. Flashbang gonna... Oh, he's going to be saving.
Wants to keep hold of the AWP. Obviously, it's 10k OT. Money isn't that great for the AWPers. A lot of the time, they can really struggle to get sort of 3 AWPs out in the 3 rounds that you have on each half. So, yeah, just going to be keeping hold of that AWP, trying to make sure he can save that one over. Understandable, but yeah, disappointing in terms of how that ended up from Union.
Union, they took it the distance. They took us to OT. But they need to find some rounds on this T side. 9 Pandas, they're given the opportunity to find all 3 here. I feel like it's going to be over. Poya elevates himself on top of the boxes here. Deledes tasked with holding towards middle. Trunic going to be elevating up, and perfect timing has given up. He's got Util in hand. FPS finds Temergent through the smoke as well. And man advantage here for 9 Pandas. Edmund hungry for one. Wants to try and find a pick, but the mollies in ramp will keep him at bay for now. And we have got Deledes still outside connector, and Malloy waiting in the shadows. Will just fall back though.
Yeah, both teams did struggle on this T side, so it does sort of feel like potentially whoever can get one on their T side could be the ones to take it all.
Now,
just because both teams really struggle to get anything done on their full buys, really.
yeah, it seems as though full buy versus full buy, the CTs are far stronger. But now Union going to be positioned towards B. They've got the best in such a good deep position here towards ladder. Can cut off all rotations towards short and jungle. It is going to come down to timing. Trunic on the back of the bomb site needs to find at least one and delay enough time. We are going to be seeing FPS rotate in, but a nice molly there. But Trunic does find the bomb carrier, goes one step further, gets a double, and now it's all on Edmund, but the bomb is dropped in apps. This is going to be such a tough round for Edmund. Has to somehow clamber up the van, get the bomb, and try and dodge the bullets of these 3 remaining CTs. But with 15 seconds to go, it's going to be such a tough task. They might just give up the bomb plant, though. Oh, tap of the bomb. Edmund finds one. He taps it again, but only 6 seconds to work with now. He needs to punch in the digits. He will find one, but not enough time for defusing. So FPS can just hide away in the market. And Edmund, although finding 4 in that round, couldn't go the distance. And 9 pandas, they do find 17.
Yeah, no ace for Edmund. Did as much as he could. I like the idea. If he jumped through the window, there was a chance he could have found the final. There was actually time potentially that he could have even planted after finding the short player, but it would have had to be near instantaneous.
Yeah, I believe you can plant when the clock just hits 3. I think it is still possible. I've seen it before.
I do believe it has to be the last millisecond on 4.
Oh, so that kind of switch between, yeah.
As soon as it's that switch, there's like no time, so it really does have to be that. But yeah, it's awkward. So I remember looking at the clock after he found the kill. There was 4 seconds there. Obviously, switching to the bomb and getting it down. I don't know if there would have been time, but I don't know. It's interesting to think about because who knows what could have happened if he got that bomb down. FPS finds himself in a 1v1, or no information. It's not going to be a fun one to play.
And yes, we saw a great round there from Edmund. Did a good job in that 1 versus 3. But that was such an important double there from Trunic. It was a 3v4. Just one defender there on the bomb site. Union could have still won that round. But the fact that Trunic not only found 1, but got the double was so important there.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, at the end of the day, Edmund, great shots they hit, but it all came for nothing. It's not going to affect the 9 Pandas economy at all. They're still going to have every weapon they could possibly desire, and Edmund, he sort of just left wondering what would have happened.
Does he have enough time to buy?
Differently.
Ooh, okay, giving up. 3 seconds to invest in that Galil. Imagine the final round of overtime and you're playing it with a Glock.
Edmund could have actually dropped over an AK and just had a bit limited util himself.
Oh, and someone could have dropped him a flash. Yeah, I'm not too sure as to why.
Yeah, instead, giving up's the one playing the Galil.
Yeah. He mollied under balcony, but the player is still there.
Immersion does get caught out. He let us with the double.
9 Pandas. Oh,
he finds 2 of his own. Like you mentioned, the molly, it wasn't good enough. Poya still able to remain, and he finds 3. Deledes and Poya confirm the 18th. 1 round away now. 9 Pandas have already had 3 match points, but they couldn't close it out. It's 3 once again.
Let's see if they're going to relish this opportunity. They really can't mess things around now. Union going to be switching to that CT side. So they have somewhat of a benefit. Obviously, their CT side was the one where they showed so much dominance early on. But this has been a really long, drawn-out battle. 9 Pandas, they've clearly come back into this one. And will Union have that mental fortitude to win all 3 of these in a row? No mistakes can be made. All it is one misstep, 1 slip-up, and that's the game done. So much pressure on these 5 individuals here for Union. Do you think they can do it, Charlie? That is the question on everyone's minds.
It's going to be so tough. Just the confidence that 9 Pandas are going to have, because they started on that CT side, I think the confidence could just be all they need. They could just go for a fast pop somewhere, really get in the face and try to catch off Union, because they do have the rounds to play with. They do have time to sort of test things out and try to see if they can go for a bit of a surprise play.
Well, yeah, if you keep things going fast, if you play the first round quickly, you're going to force Union, you're going to condition them to potentially use fair bit of their util early on, waiting for a fast pop. But C's getting very aggressive here, drops the molly in connector. There is a player towards short and one in window, elevated on the jump up there, but it's a bit of a one-way as Temergent finds Trunic. A very important kill there. But Charlie, they're going to be just sending it out towards B now, and the aggressor's coming through. Deledes finds one, given up on the back of the bomb site now, surely going to struggle. Completely alone here, but given up. Does go down. And Charlie, this one's got to be done. It's a 3 versus 2 now.
It's...
Both locked in this round, and so are these 5 remainder players, but Deledes an important kill. It's all on Edmund. We saw a crazy 1v4 clutch attempt before. Can he do a 1v3? But no, Poya elevated on top of the bench. We'll take him down. 9 Pandas. They find 19. They close it out in overtime. Yes, it went the distance. Yes, they couldn't do it in regulation, but when it got to it, they had the goods. And a very successful game from them. They're going to be ecstatic with that result, and rightly so. What a performance they put on for us. But Charlie, after that one, 9 Pandas, obviously a very important win for their season. But what are your thoughts after that one?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit heartbreaking for Union. They had such a great start, but their T side definitely has work that needs to be sort of looked at and adjusted, which is a bit disappointing. They had a nice lead initially. It was 10-3. They had 10 rounds in a row, in fact, which just shows how impressive Union's CT side was. And it does make you think, just in terms of maybe if overtime Union started on the CT side, maybe things could have been different, but that's not how the game works at the end of the day. 9 Pandas do take that victory, and yeah, like you mentioned, important win for them. 4-1 now for 9 Pandas, so playoffs certainly looking doable and possible now. Whereas for Union, they're in a bit of a tough spot. They're 2-4 right now, and they are going to be needing obviously 3 wins just to confirm themselves a spot in Challenger Division next season. So at the end of the day, that might be what Union have to look at. You might have to be like, okay, playoffs is probably too far out of the question now. Let's just make sure we get ourselves in playoffs in Challenger Division next season, and we'll focus on playoffs then.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the focus of a lot of these teams that haven't performed to the standards they were initially expecting. But obviously, Union, that's a great game still. Yes, you're losing it, but against a team of you know, they've got such experience on their side. They've got such great individuals. We pointed FPS out in that game, 34-18, nearly had a 2 KD in, you know, such a long drawn out battle. It's clear to see that they've got experience, they've got the ability, and Union, you still took it to overtime, still did a great job against one of the kind of the top tier teams here in the Challenger Division. So if they can keep themselves in the Challenger Division, focus on Season 8, it's not to say that they're going to be out of it next season, but it's going to be a really tough one for them. I feel like the Challenger Division is just getting greater and greater. The level of teams, the level of the ability is just kind of tenfold each season. It seems as though it's getting a lot harder for us to kind of predict who's going to win it, because it really is up in the air. No one really knows. I feel like the top 16, the ones that get themselves to playoffs, not anyone's going to have a perfect idea because of that level that all of these teams are at. But obviously, we're getting to the closing stages of this season now with only a couple days to go, but there's plenty more CS to be seen here. So if you guys are enjoying, make sure to drop a follow on the Twitch and also the Twitter so you guys know what games are being streamed and how the season is going so far. But playoffs right round the corner. I'm excited for it. I think you guys are too. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for plenty more CS action.